earth is it almost February? This is crazy, but it is. So here are some tips and tricks if you want to either level up your fat loss or if you want to get into being in a fat loss phase for February. Now, January can be one of those months where there's a lot of external motivation. Everyone's talking about January, new year, new you. There's a lot of like motivation. You might have done a vision board or a Pinterest board. There might be a lot of motivation on your feed. So it's quite easy to be motivated at the start of January. That always disappears. And I always find February is quite tough because there's things like Valentine's Day. You might have some birthdays, events. People that were doing dry January aren't doing dry January anymore. There's a bit more temptation. People are kind of coming out of the post-Christmas, like everyone's poor and can't do anything. And I think sometimes February can be quite hard, particularly if you either felt like you failed in January or if you wanted to just start your fat loss phase now. So here's a few tips. Number one, anchor your day with protein early. If you're not a breakfast person, then at least when you start eating like 11, 12, but I would recommend breakfast, that's a whole other thing, then I would try and get 20 and 30 grams in straight away. If you don't get protein in your breakfast, it's going to make your blood sugars crash a little bit later in the day. It's going to make you hungrier in the day. And you're also going to find that you're just going to struggle to hit that protein target. So get it done early. I always try and aim for 30 grams every single breakfast, particularly if you have like high cortisol, if you're PCOS, anything like that. Protein is very important, particularly first thing. So that might be a few eggs, egg whites, it might be yogurt, it might be a protein shake, it might be oats with some like protein powder in it, whatever you need to do to get that protein in first thing, please and thank you. February, I'm just checking my calendar, 28 days, yeah, I don't want to get that wrong, it's 28 days, so it's a shorter month. So I want you to focus on consistency. My calendar up there is literally from day 1 to day 28 of February, so I can tick it off every single day. I can write some things I've done every day. I can plan everything ahead of time, it's visual, and I can make sure that I'm consistent rather than just intensity. Very easy to go too hard for 1 or 2 weeks and not be able to sustain that. We're looking for things you can do for the whole month. So it might be that week 1 of February you can get 4 workouts in, but week 2 you fail and you get none. I want us to look at it more on a basis of like an average. So I want you to look at your month as a whole and go, okay, most weeks I can probably get 2 or 3 workouts, and have that as your average and the thing you're looking for. Really important that you set a realistic calorie target. It's really easy, particularly if like January didn't go well, or you feel like, oh my God, my holiday's coming up, I need to lose weight. Or you start to panic around like the fact that you haven't achieved anything yet this year. It's really easy to set your calories too low. I don't want you using MyFitnessPal, please, to work out your calories. It isn't accurate. I will drop a really good free calculator. It's not perfect. And if I was working with you as your coach, I would do the maths and do it properly. But for a cheap, free, not too bad calculator, I'll drop that below so you can use that for a calorie calculator. From that, I want you to also look at how your body's and the scales adjust. So I want to make sure that you use that number, but you don't just stick to it. If you find that you're ravenous and you can't stick to it, you might need to increase your calories a little bit. If you find that you are literally not losing any weight at all, despite sticking to it accurately and tracking every single thing, you might need to increase it a little bit. I would try and keep your meals like simple and repeatable. The people that are really successful are the ones that aren't trying to do a new Michelin star recipe pack every single week. They're not the ones that are like changing every single bit they eat every single day, because that is so hard to do. It's expensive, it's time consuming, and it's also a lot of thought. Like as a full-time online coach, I don't have the headspace or the capacity to do that. I don't know how anyone does, to be honest, unless you're like 18 and you live at home and you don't have a job. Like I don't know. So make things easy, sustainable and repeatable. Have like a few, maybe like 4 to 5 breakfast options, a few lunches, a few dinners. You might even find you eat the same breakfast every day. I eat the same breakfast every day. It's a bagel, 2 bacon medallions and some eggs and some veg. And try and keep things really simple, slow and steady and repeatable. Try and prioritize sleep. This is a bit of a missed one. I'm putting it quite high on the list because it is important. And don't go wrong if you're a mum who's postpartum or your kids are not sleeping through the night, you're probably going to hate this one because you can't always prioritize sleep. And I do respect that. I've got a lot of clients that are shift workers, a lot of new mums who can't always sleep properly. But if you're someone that can control your sleep, I want that to be a non-negotiable and probably one of the biggest things you look at. That's going to help your fat loss. It's going to help your energy levels, your hunger levels, your systems that work in your brain. It's going to help absolutely everything. And I want you to keep moving every single day. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't look at that and go, Liv, is this 75 hard? What are you doing? No, but I do want you to move every day intentionally. That might be a 5-minute stretch some day. That might be a walk outside some days. It might be a workout some days. I'm not saying you need to work out every single day of February to be successful, but what I am saying is you need to get used to moving intentionally and building it into your routine. I find the clients that only do 1 workout a week really struggle to get that 1 workout in because every day they're kicking the barrels for the next day. They're saying, I'll do it tomorrow. No worries, I've got another day. Before you know it, it's Sunday day and they haven't done it. Whereas I promise you, if you try and get some intentional movement in every day, you realize how much you can do that. And again, I'm talking about 5 minutes sometimes. Some days my only intentional movement is 5 minutes of mobility in the morning, and that is absolutely fine. And the last thing I want you to do is reduce liquid calories and mindless eating. This time of year, a lot of us might start drinking over some wine. You might find if you did dry January, you start introducing the wine at the weekends. You might find that you start snacking on things that you're not even noticing. I want you to be intentional. So a few things that help with that is only eating when you're sat down with a plate. So even if you're going to grab something off your kid's plate, even if you're standing around cooking food and you just feel like you're grazing, put it on a plate, sit down and eat it. That's going to make it much less mindless and much more intentional. Reduce liquid calories. So if you are going for fancy coffees or nice flavorful drinks, awesome. Nothing wrong with those if you're not trying to lose weight, but it is a quick and easy way of slashing some calories. Go for skimmed milk, coconut milk. Go for a low sugar or sugar-free syrup. Little swaps do add up over the week. And definitely with the mindless snacking, another thing you can do is the add not subtract rule. So instead of saying I can't have a biscuit or I can't have some crisps, say that you can as long as you have some protein and or carbs with it. That means that you might have some chocolate with some fruit or with a protein shake, and it's going to be more nutritious, get you closer to your goals, keep your fiber and your protein levels up, and stop the mindless snacking. I hope some of these tips were useful. If they were, drop me a follow. I'll drop all my links below. I'll drop the free calorie calculator below, and keep me updated on your February progress because I want to help.